So you're just, going about your day and your phone rings.
Right.
You pick it up and it's a voice you know instantly. Maybe your parent, your child, and their voice is just shaking. They're asking for immediate, urgent help.
And that feeling, that sudden gut punch of panic where all your critical thought just vanishes.
That's the battlefield. That's exactly what these sophisticated AI voice cloning scams are designed to exploit.
That panic is the weapon. Absolutely. And we're seeing this threat just accelerate. I mean, voice cloning software isn't sci-fi anymore. It's widely available, and honestly, it's incredibly effective.
And it doesn't need much to work with, right?
No, not at all. It just needs short samples of someone's speech. It picks up on their cadence, their pitch, their pauses.
Yeah.
All the little things.
Things you can find anywhere, a clip on Instagram, a YouTube video.
Or even just your voicemail greeting. That's often enough.
And once the software has that, it can create totally new sentences that sound, undeniably like the person you trust.
Which is the whole problem. Our brains are hardwired to trust those tiny vocal cues. So relying on your ears alone becomes this massive gamble.
It's a gamble you will probably lose.
You can, yeah. Your ears can be defeated. So the whole mission for us in this deep dive is to get you past relying on what you hear and instead to adopt what, global agencies are now pushing for.
These process-based defenses.
Exactly, a verifiable routine. It's what organizations like NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology, and the FTC are recommending. We're essentially giving you a script to run when your emotions are just running wild.
Okay, so let's unpack this threat first. I think it's important to understand the sheer scale of the problem right now.
It is.
Because deepfakes, they've sort of vaulted past being this niche, nerdy thing.
Oh, for sure. They are now an everyday tool for fraud. We see it in the data everywhere.
Like that Ofcom poll.
Yeah, exactly. The Ofcom poll in the UK found that something like 43% of adults had seen or encountered a deepfake in just the last 6 months. But the real urgency, it's the money. Projections are showing that deepfake-related fraud could jump by more than 150% just this year.
That is an exponential curve.
It really is.
And the question I always have is, why now? Why is this crisis blowing up right now?
Well, it really boils down to, I think, 3 big things.
Okay.
First, like you said, the raw material is just everywhere. Our public voice footprint is enormous. Facebook videos, YouTube vlogs, even a 5-second voicemail. It's all data for the mill.
And the second thing has to be the tech itself.
It's the economics of it, yeah. The cost of high-quality cloning has just plummeted, while the quality has soared. You don't need a professional recording studio anymore.
Just a short, clean clip will do it.
Often, yes. That's enough to train a very effective model.
And that leads to the third and maybe the most critical reason for the criminals: scale.
Scale is everything. They can take one convincing high-pressure script and just reuse it hundreds, thousands of times.
And they pair that with caller ID spoofing, right? So the call looks like it's coming from your kid's actual phone number.
Exactly. It bypasses that first layer of distrust. That combination low cost, high quality, and massive scale.
Yeah.
That's why this is erupting now. The FTC has been warning about this all year.
And if you look at who's being targeted, it makes so much sense why these family imposter scams work so well.
It does. I mean, advocacy groups like AARP, they report this rising concern, especially for older adults.
Because the scams are built on exploiting trust.
Right. They hit 3 things: high-pressure situations, they demand secrecy, and they use the emotional leverage of family. When your fear is that high, your natural caution just gets overridden.
So the key takeaway here, really, before we go any further, is foundational. High-quality clones can fool even careful listeners.
They can even beat some automated biometric checks, which is terrifying.
So your best defense cannot be just listening better. It has to be a simple, repeatable routine, a process.
Process over perception. That's the mantra.
Okay, let's shift gears and talk about what a real voice clone scam actually sounds like. Because I think recognizing the script is maybe more important than analyzing the voice.
The script is the real giveaway. It's almost always the same. It starts fast, pushes fear and speed right away.
Some accident and a wreck.
Some kind of catastrophe.
Yeah.
Then it demands secrecy, and it ends with a request for payment that's really, really hard to reverse.
And they escalate, too. I read it's common now for a second person to jump on the line.
Oh, yes. The lawyer or the police officer.
Right, to add that layer of authority and just overwhelm you.
It's sensory overload by design. Now, even though we're saying don't rely on your ears, there are a few subtle audio clues that should, set off some alarm bells.
Okay, what are those?
Listen for an odd rhythm. Sometimes people describe it as having this slightly mechanical metronome feel.
Yeah.
The pauses just aren't natural.
And the next one is just chilling to me. A mismatch between the words and the emotion. So the voice is telling you your daughter's in a panic after a car crash, but the delivery is weirdly flat, almost unemotional.
That is a massive flag. Also, listen for overformal phrasing. Language your loved one would just never, ever use in a moment like that.
And what about background noise?
Good question. It might be totally missing, which is weird. Or the opposite, it might sound too perfect, like a looping sound effect of a police station.
But again, those are just signals. They shouldn't be your final line of defense.
Not at all.
This is where we get to the essential rule, the thing you should trust over your own ears every single time. We're calling it the scam triangle.
And this is it. If all three of these red flags show up on a call, you just have to stop the process, full stop.
So let's break down the triangle. This is the core of what agencies like the FBI's IC3 and the FTC are constantly warning people about.
Okay, so the first flag is urgency. This is the scammer's #1 tool.
The time pressure.
Exactly. They use phrases like, you have 10 minutes to act, or if you hang up, everything is ruined. It's manufactured pressure.
The point is that real helpers, in a real emergency, would give you a minute to verify.
They always will. A real professional will let you take a breath.
Okay, so the second flag. This one's huge. Irreversible payment.
This is how they get the money. They will insist on untraceable forms.
Gift cards.
Gift cards, cryptocurrency, or an immediate wire transfer.
And they push for those because once that money is sent, it's pretty much gone for good.
It's fast, it's final, and recovery is, well, it's almost impossible.
And the third side of that triangle.
Isolation or secrecy. The classic line is, don't tell mom or you have to keep this quiet.
Because if you talk to someone else, the scam falls apart.
Right. They are isolating you to keep you from getting a second opinion. That demand for secrecy is always a red flag.
And we should probably add the other big one here if they ask you for any kind of access code.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
If anyone on a call asks you to read me the one-time code you just got on your phone, that is never, ever legitimate. Those codes are the keys to your accounts.
But I have to ask the really tough question here. What if it is a real emergency?
Right.
People do get into accidents. Sometimes you do need to make a quick payment. How do you balance that with being careful?
It's a simple but really powerful rule. Real emergencies can survive a brief check. Scams can't.
A scammer will hang up if you break their script.
Immediately. They'll just be gone. A real person in a real crisis will wait 60 seconds for you to verify. And that brings us right to the solution.
Okay, so this is the practical defense, the pause protocol. It's a simple routine that works even when the cloned voice sounds absolutely perfect. We've got it broken down into 5 steps.
And this protocol is designed to be followed when your brain is just flooded with stress. You don't have to think, you just do it.
Okay, step 1, take a breath and buy time. Don't debate. Don't ask a bunch of questions.
Right.
You just state clearly, I hear you, I am here, I am calling you right back.
That little bit of time is enough to break their momentum.
Step 2, hang up. Just do it immediately. Don't explain why, just end the call.
Crucial step.
Step 3, call back using a saved contact. This is the most important one, isn't it?
It is, because the number that called you was probably spoofed.
Yeah.
You have to use the number that's already in your phone's contact list, not the one they called from.
Okay. Step 4, if they don't answer, use a 2-person check.
Right. Call another trusted relative, their spouse, a sibling, anyone. Just ask them to try and reach the person.
That outside check often proves the original call was fake right away.
Very often, yes.
And finally, step 5, the hard line. Refuse irreversible payments. Always.
Never. No gift cards, no crypto, no wire transfers under that kind of pressure. The moment they push for those, you know you're in the scam triangle.
Okay, let's pivot to being proactive here, because a little bit of planning can prevent a world of hurt.
Prevention is so much easier than reaction. Setting up some family safeguards, maybe just talking about it over dinner, can save thousands.
So the first step, and this one's actually kind of fun, is creating the code word.
Yes. It has to be a non-obvious word or phrase, something memorable but obscure. The source suggested something like pepper tree.
Or maybe the name of a childhood pet from way back. But the key is, this word can't be anywhere online.
Absolutely not. That code word becomes your ultimate verification tool. You can pair it with a challenge question like, what was Grandpa's nickname for you?
And the AI clone can't handle that.
It can't. It's only trained on public audio. It can't adapt to a personal, bespoke question like that. When it stalls, the scam is over.
The second prep step is the script. We actually recommend writing down the pause protocol steps.
Post it by the phone or save it as a note on your cell. When panic hits, having the words physically there is a huge help.
And finally, the review.
So simple. Schedule a 6-month check-in, update the code word, check your contact list, and just practice the drill once. A shared routine beats a perfect ear every single time.
Okay, let's talk about shrinking the raw material that these cloners use, reducing your public voice footprint.
Yeah, starting with a social media cleanup.
Go back through your old Facebook or YouTube posts.
Exactly. If there are long videos where your voice is clear, set them to friends only, private or unlisted. The less high-quality audio they have, the worse the clone.
Next up, voicemail.
Voicemail greetings are gold mines for these guys.
So instead of a long personal message,
Use a short, neutral one. Something like, "You've reached me, leave a message." It's much safer than a long greeting with lots of different sentence structures.
and this one requires a conversation, family sharing.
Yeah, you just have to kindly ask your relatives to be careful about posting long voice clips of you publicly. A smaller shared footprint is a safer family environment.
Now let's talk tools, things that can help stop the losses. First, on your phone.
Use the settings. Turn on call silencing for unknown numbers, and make sure your carrier's spam filters are active. Just cutting down the noise helps.
And for your finances, use your bank settings aggressively.
For sure. Turn on transaction alerts. And, this is a big one, call your bank and actually lower your default daily transfer limits. Lower limits buy you time.
And we are seeing the big institutions respond to this, which is good.
They are. Banks are adding stricter verification steps. Things like liveness tests to make sure it's a real human, and more secure channel rules.
So that friction, like needing 2 phone calls for a wire transfer, that's actually there to protect you?
That friction is your security belt against these synthetic voice attacks.
Okay, finally, we have to cover the worst case scenario. If it's already happened, if money has moved, what do you do?
First, don't feel shame. These scammers are professionals. The key is to act fast.
Okay, your checklist, what's number 1?
Contact your bank immediately. Tell them it was an AI voice scam, freeze the account, and try to recall the funds. You have to get a case number.
Okay. Number 2, if you used gift cards or crypto.
Contact the provider or the exchange right away. With a wire transfer, even a few hours can make all the difference.
Third, and this is non-negotiable.
Change your passwords
Yeah.
or your bank for your email. And turn on 2-factor authentication or 2FA if you haven't already.
And fourth, file official reports.
Yep. Local police. And because it's a digital crime, you have to report it to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, IC3.
And these reports are important for tracking the criminals, but also for things like insurance claims.
Absolutely. They are vital.
So to sum all this up,
The powerful summary here is really that you do not need perfect ears to stay safe. You don't need perfect technology. You just need a small, clear routine, a script that you can use the moment you feel that panic start to rise.
that's it.
The few minutes it takes to set a code word and practice the pause protocol, that's a trade-off that protects your savings, your family, and your peace of mind.
That's right. These simple habits, the immediate callback, the required code word, refusing those irreversible payments, turns a terrifying high-pressure moment into a controlled, safe verification drill. Learn more at redosimpli.com.